Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speak, the state of our world, on Tuesday, October 6, 2020. Well, what is it? Unfortunately, the coronavirus is still with us. As of early this evening, we had 7,528,733 confirmed cases in the United States. And I believe we have over 210,000 people who have passed away from this virus. What a real tragedy. This pandemic, epidemic, whatever you want to call it, was not managed well at all. It may originate in China. Once it gets to your country, it's your responsibility, Trump and administration. There should have been immediately a national lockdown with masks required whenever you go out. Social distancing required. You only go when you have to, like go to the drugstore, the grocery store, or the doctor. And also, plans should be put in place to protect vulnerable populations like farm workers, agricultural workers, first responders, healthcare workers, those in retirement homes, assisted living homes, and nursing homes, and veterans homes, and those living in shelters, those who do not have a home and live in the streets. That should have gone into effect right away to find homes for all these people and to get enough personal protective equipment for everyone in the country, enough tests to test everyone in the country and keep track of the results. If you test positive, trace the contacts of that person and isolate the person who does test positive and get them well. Any of the contacts who test positive, trace their contacts, get them well, quarantine them, etc. Now, there were some big events since Trump became coronavirus victim as of, I believe, last week, Thursday. It'll be on October 1st, 2020. And there's been a big outbreak at the White House. A lot of people have fallen ill to the coronavirus. And it's rooted in the fact that the prior Saturday, there was a celebration in the Rose Garden to announce the nominee for the Supreme Court, Trump's nominee. And it was, a lot of people attended. Very few people wore masks. There's no social distancing. And then there were also some other gatherings within the White House for that event. Again, very few people wearing masks, no social distancing. And Trump, once he was exposed, his assistant, Hope Hicks, came down with the virus on, I believe Tuesday after the debate, and which would be the 29th of September. And knowing that she was symptomatic, Trump went ahead on Wednesday to do a big rally, I think, in Minnesota, and then to do a fundraiser in New Jersey. And the officials in New Jersey and where the rally was held, they're having a problem doing contact tracing because the Trump administration won't give them any information. Also, the CDC has offered to do contact tracing for all these events where these people were, to find out everyone who was exposed, where they are now, etc., keep them from exposing someone else. And the Trump administration, the White House, has refused this offer by the CDC to do that. They said they'll do their own contact tracing. They feel that since they test their people often, they do not have to worry about wearing a mask. That's not true. Testing will tell you if at that moment in time you have the virus, but to keep from giving the virus to anyone or getting it, you have to wear a mask. And they refused to do that. Trump got out of the hospital yesterday evening, and he went to the White House, and as soon as he got near the White House, before he opened the door, he took off his mask. So he's exposed people he works with, people who are White House staff, people who take care of the White House. They do the cleaning, the surfing, all kinds of stuff. and exposing all these people. A lot of people have been exposed, and the Trump administration refuses to do anything to solve that problem. Very weird. Trump was given a lot of drugs and treatments for the virus, and treatments that were really geared for someone who was very seriously ill with the virus. He probably has damage to his lungs from this virus, but the medical people refuse to say if he does or doesn't. He appears to be ill, and he does not want to project strength by, not wearing a mask, walking around, doing all kinds of stuff. But what he's doing is infecting people. There was supposed to be a stimulus, another stimulus bill to help the American people as a result of the virus and the economy shutting down. And then he said, back from the hospital to the White House, there'll be no stimulus bill until after the election. If I win, we'll do a stimulus bill. Blackmail. And now the latest on that is that, well, send me a stimulus bill. I just want to do a $1,200 check to every American. So anyway, who knows what's going to happen? But he is definitely a sick man. He does have the virus. He has symptoms, and and he's spreading it to people. He's supposed to stay in his residence, quarantined, but he's not. When he's at the hospital, he took a ride around the hospital to greet his fans, exposing 2 Secret Service agents to the virus. So, it's really a big problem. So the election is coming up on November 3rd. People are voting early. People are getting their mail-in ballots submitted. Make sure you're registered. Learn about the candidates and issues on your ballot, and vote. If your state allows mail-in voting, vote. And some states are now saying, well, in order to do a mail-in ballot, you have to have someone witness your signature. These are last-minute attempts by the Republican Party to keep people from registering to vote, to keep people from voting. But when we're in the middle of a pandemic, and you don't want people out there infecting other people and getting sick themselves, so mail-in vote ballots is the best way to go. Now, you can prepare your ballot and then drop it off at a polling location. There'll probably be a drop box in most places, but who knows how many of those there'll be. In Texas, the governor decided to limit drop boxes for this election to 1 drop box in every county. Some counties have millions of people. Very strange. The Republican Party is a strange creature. But we have a chance to get a good administration in, good people in, all offices throughout every locally, city, state, county, and the federal. So make sure you vote. And let's have a safe election, and do your duty as a citizen and vote. Now, you need to do everything you can to protect yourself. Only go out when you need to. Wear a mask when you're in public. And if you do have a test positive for the virus, make sure you're quarantined and take care to protect other people in your household from this virus. We still have problems with police brutality. People are still protesting the murder of George Floyd in Minnesota at the hands of a white police officer, and also protests for the murder of a EMT and nursing student, Breonna Taylor, in Kentucky. So, by police detectives who just broke into her apartment. So there's a lot going on. We have the post office still needs help, and we have a Trump lackey in there trying to destroy the post office. there have been some regulations passed by courts to they stop making changes to the post office and reverse the changes you've made. And then there's another issue is not too long ago we had some Supreme Court rulings to guarantee the rights of Native Americans to the land. But the state of Oklahoma has decided to abolish that, so there's definitely going to be more fighting over that. The Native Americans, they're the indigenous peoples, it's their land. I don't know why people have a hard time with that concept. Now, we've done a lot of talking, so maybe it's time to have a song. I'd like to sing. Okay, I'm going to sing two little songs. They're really little. One is called He, and one is called I Believe. I do not know who wrote either of them. We'll give them a try. Here we go. He can turn the tides and calm the angry sea. He alone decides who writes a symphony. He alone can hear a child's first prayer. He da 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 da. I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows. I believe that someone in the great somewhere hears every word. Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe. Okay, two songs, He and I Believe. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in to another meeting of Carol Ann Speaks, the State of Our World. And hope you'll be back tomorrow. I hope you like the songs. Thanks for listening. Carol Ann Speaks, State of Our World on Tuesday, October 6, 2020. Getting ready to say goodnight. Take care of yourself and others. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night.